Alrighty guys, so this is the last stage of the new Supreme Battle Spectacle. This is against Goku and Frieza. From what I've seen, this is without a doubt the hardest fight in the game as of right now. So I figured we might as well bring, like, this is not probably the best variation of this team, but this is a variation of a team that has a lot of the best units in the game. So figured we'd just hop in with this. I know I try not to use this team too much because I feel like it is slightly boring with how good it is, but I'm just trying to win here. There's 2 missions for this stage, so I just want to get this first clear, and then I'm gonna record separate videos for those missions, and that's where the real struggle is probably gonna come in. So let's go ahead and hop in and see how this goes.
これも人間らしくていいな。
悟空悟空孫
悟空
孫悟空さん
父さん悟空
あとは頼んだぞ
今度は僕の番だ。
Alright, so let's see what we got here. So we got Gogeta in slot 7. That's not necessarily the greatest, but I think I'm gonna float. Yeah, dude, having Gogeta in slot 7 is like really bad because so I guess not to like spoil too much, but this phase is obviously like kind of just like a filler phase, but this next phase is going to be against MVP 17. Now the main problem with MVP 17 is he locks, guaranteed. So if he locks Gogeta in slot 1 here this next turn, it's going to be a bit of a problem. Like I might be forced to use Gohan's thingy to live the turn, honestly. So, like best case scenario, I think next turn is Gohan locks in slot 2. Oh, sorry. No. Or I guess like it also wouldn't even be bad if Vegeta just straight up kills here. I think. Yeah, because we have AGL UI in slot 1 this next turn, so if AGL UI gets locked, that's completely fine. Okay, cool. Alright, so what do we got here? We got Gammas, UI Goku, and Beast. So where are you locking? UI Goku. Okay, that's completely fine. We'll go ahead and do this. See if I can get the Gammas some in orbs. Yep, we can. So UI Goku should be able to put up some pretty nice numbers here. Yeah, see, like, dude, locks in slot 1 immediately supers, and also this 17 also seals. So if we had someone like if we had Beast Gohan there, yeah, he would have ate the super for nothing, but he would have still gotten sealed, which means he wouldn't be able to super attack, which, you know, that kind of sucks. So, thankfully though, we had UI Goku in slot 1, so we should be completely fine. I kind of want to not try to go through this too fast, but we'll see. We're still in risk next turn because we're not going to kill 17 this turn. So, this next turn we could get screwed by Gogeta being in slot 1. Yeah, I'm trying to think what we would do if that does turn out to be the case. I mean, if anything, I guess like I could use my items, because I do have 2 Whis, but yeah, of course, dude, of course. think honestly I might just do this. Yeah, because I mean, like, I want to keep UI on this turn because I want to get his domain out as soon as possible. And so that means I would have to float Beast Gohan anyways, so I might as well just float him off and use his domain, so, or not domain, his action skill. So screw it, let's go ahead and do it, and we'll see if this ends up biting us back later in the fight.
この程度か。
Alright, so give Gogeta this, give UI Goku this, and Gohan should be completely fine on this turn. I mean, like, my Gogeta does have a little bit of dodge, so, like, if we got, like, insanely lucky, he could have been fine in slot 1. If anything like that, we might have been able to take just a little bit of damage to get us to AGL UI revive territory, but it did not end that way, so it'll be okay. Yeah, I think like the best unit to probably get in slot 3 is probably the Gammas. Like if we would have gotten the Gammas in slot 3, or slot 7 I guess, that probably would have been the best scenario for us, but we did not get that, sadly. I guess to talk about this fight's missions, so there are 2 missions for this fight. One is clearing it with, here, let me look at it real quick. You have to clear it with 4 Universe 11 characters, and then another one is 4 accelerated battle category characters. So I don't need to tell you guys how both of those are complete horrendous conditions, but oh brother, this is another not great turn here, honestly. You know what, honestly, we're just gonna go ahead and use this Beast Gohan's skill too. I'm going to save. Well, actually, I'll save UIs, but I'm gonna use your active skill. Main reason I'm saving UI is for the last phase. I think they're dead this turn though, because I don't think fully built up Beast Gohan plus these 2 guys at 24 key with all their guaranteed crits and all that stuff, I don't think these guys can live all that, but I guess we shall see. I'm not necessarily a fan of using up, let's just say, both active skills before even the final phase, but we'll just play it. You know, we're just playing here. If it, you know, we still got our items, so if I really have to, I will just use the items. So not a big deal at all. Yeah, my main worry is we haven't really revived, and we still don't even have, like, we don't even have Evo Vegeta's revive up at all. Like, we would have been able to build it up this turn, but the main reason, I guess, to clarify why I used Beast Gohan's active here is these guys disabled dodge, and they hit for like they hit for a lot. So AGL UI Goku here, funny enough, would have gotten us killed, and I mean also Evo Vegeta I'm pretty sure would have died too, because he's the one that got supered and he didn't really get to build up all that well. So we definitely I think we would have died this turn. So just to avoid any shenanigans, we went ahead and just terminated. Okay. What do I want to do here? I mean, I guess let's just go ahead and activate the Gammas and UI Goku's domain first things first, and then we'll decide from there.
1号はあいつを引きつけて時間を稼いでくれ。
2号お前まさか。
Okay. So I think what we're gonna do is this, but I'm not going to get 24 key with UI Goku because I want UI Goku to try to get as many of those counters as he can get, because all those counters will build up the Gamma's gauge. They count as an attack. So the more and more we can delay them dying, the more and more attacks we can build up, so that way we can use them on this next turn, even though since mine is 55% and I don't have any crit on them really, if they don't really somehow crit against the Goku and Frieza here at the end, the Gamma's active might actually do like 0 damage, which would be funny, but we shall see. Okay, so we're in the last stage here against Goku and Frieza. We'll go ahead and just use up UI Goku's active. Do a good amount of damage. Now, these guys I think are pretty much guaranteed to super right away, so I'm just going to put UI in the front and hope we dodge it, because that's kind of our only hope here. So, let's go ahead and see. Was I correct? Yep. Yeah, I don't think even like Beast would have taken a lot of damage there, I think. Although, like, I think he is built, like, I don't think he would have died, obviously, but he would have taken damage. He was not going to be invulnerable against that. Vegeta would have probably also gotten clapped a little bit, so. I think we are fine on this turn, though. Damn, we got a normal instead of, actual super attack. So, the main gimmick with these guys right here is, now this is where the outrage is coming from in the community, I feel like, is any damage that is below 10 million, it gets reduced to 0. Now, if you guys remember, this whole mechanic started way back with Int Merge Zamasu, where I think he reduces any damage below 1 million to 0. Now, these guys reduce any damage below 10 million to 0. So, like Beast Gohan here, I think, if he doesn't crit, I don't think, like, he does 0 damage. Yeah, well, actually, even with critting, he does 0 damage. So, yeah, there you go. Like, that's how crazy their damage reduction is. And then, on top of that, when they get to below 50%, they get a 100% buff to their stats. Now, they normally super for, I think, 2.9 million. Now, on this turn, like this turn right here, they will have their, you know, buff active. You can see it in the top left, like, where they have the attack up and then defense down. So, on this turn right here, they get 100% buff. So, their super attack here is going to hit for 5.7 million. I don't need to tell you guys that there's no unit in the game right now that can actually survive that. That's just not possible. So, like, I think on this turn right here, if UI Goku does not dodge in the very beginning, we're dead. So, Let's go ahead and play the Gamma's active skill. You know, I'm pretty sure it's gonna do 0 damage, but we'll see. Well, I forgot to disable the animations, but at least they did do actually did do damage to him. What are the Gammas at this turn? Yeah, I mean, yeah, like our only choice is this. Like, it's either UI Goku dodges and we win, or UI Goku doesn't dodge and we lose. And we see him take like 3 million. But, okay. Thankfully we do get the dodge. So we are completely fine. But yeah, that super right there, that was a 5.7 million super. Now the question is, does UI Goku, can he kill here? Like, can anybody kill it? Like, hold on. Are we even done with this? 0. Yep, that's great. It's lovely to see. Yeah, because we can't kill with counters. I don't know. Does Beast go on? Can Beast go on kill here? Okay, now I'm kind of worried now. 17 mil. Okay, come on. That should be enough, right? Will the crit? Okay. Oof. Dude, okay. I was a little scared there for a second because because also that damage buff applies to their normals as well. So their normals were hitting for 1.9 million right there, so or like I think 1.8 million, something like that. So we would have taken lots and lots of damage right there. So we do get the wallpaper now for clearing all the missions. I guess we'll go ahead and put that on real quick just to show it off. I do need to remember how to get to that though. There it is. So there you go. Apply the wallpaper. There you go. Oh, we get our login. Nice. Yeah, pretty sick wallpaper. Probably rock this for a little bit, honestly. Let me go ahead and pause real quick and bring us back to to break down why this fight is probably the hardest fight in the game. Alright, so here we are. So this first phase does not seem to be that crazy, obviously. But another thing, keep in mind, they get 10% attack and defense every turn. So these numbers are not exact. They might be harder than this. These guys also just do like just damage to you every turn. So like this is just kind of like free cheap damage that they can get on you. But this is like, I feel like this phase is whatever. This is where the actual fight begins, because you're up against this guy. He mainly, like, you know, he guarantees locks you every turn. He also gets stats every turn, and with him guaranteed locking plus sealing, he can slow down the fight quite a bit depending on what characters you're using and stuff. So if he slows down the fight and he builds up these stats, his super will start creeping into 2 point something million, and his normals will start getting up to like 900k, and that's not great when you know, he's a lock ceiling boss. So like this guy is probably the scariest part of the fight. Then we have Golden Frieza and 17. Scariest part about them is they disable dodge, so if you don't really have Tech UI on the team to open up his domain and remove that, this is kind of a scary situation. They also build up attack and defense every single turn, but they build up to 100%. So technically, like, I mean, you'd have to be fighting these guys for 10 turns, which you'd have to be using like a really bad team, I feel like, or if you didn't get to that point. Sorry, that was really hard to say. But if you do manage to get to this point somehow, you will get their super attack to also like 5 point something million, which, you know, at that point you're just gonna die. So, and then lastly, Goku and Frieza here. They have so biggest things about them is they super 1 per turn, but they have a 0 cooldown, and they also have a 50% chance to super. So 9 out of 10 times, or like 9.9 out of 10 times, they're gonna super in slot 1. Probably like the first attack. So you have to be very careful of who you put in slot 1, because they're gonna have to eat this. Also, if they do eat it, they will get debuffed by 30%. And then the main gimmick, obviously, they reduce any damage that's lower than 10 million to 0. So if you don't do more than 10 mil, you cannot damage them. And then when you get them to below 50%, they get a pure 100% attack buff, which means their super attack basically gets doubled to 5.7, and their normals get doubled also to like 1.8 something, I think, like something like that, or 1.9, I think, yeah, because they're 950k. So yeah, they'll do 1.9 normals. So just to put it in visual, these guys' normals below 50% HP is like as hard as like this guy's super attack, or they hit harder than this guy's super attack. So keep that in mind. And then they do lower their defense below 50% HP. So I mean, that kind of helps you maybe penetrate their damage a little bit, but if you're critting, you ignore defense anyways, so it doesn't necessarily matter, I feel like. So like, these guys are scary, but I definitely feel like the hardest parts is going to be getting through these two. Because like, these guys are kind of squishy, and you're also towards the end of the fight when you get to them. So like, you know, you'll have maybe, because like if you have like revived AGLUI Goku up, he will like, he can one turn these guys with his, like if you have a turn where he just got revived, you use his active, he triple supers, he will one turn these guys. Same thing with Evo Vegeta, like, so that's why it's like these guys are not that hard. Like, they're definitely scary with them getting this, when they're below 50%, but they're not really that healthy per se. Like, so you could easily one phase them with, you know, LRUI Goku. LR Jiren can do a lot of damage to them. LR Broly can do a lot of damage. Cell Max also. Like, all these units can just easily one phase, but it's like these guys are the main problem. So not looking forward to doing the Universe 11 mission, although we are getting EZA LR Tech Jiren, I think, next week, so I'm gonna try to beat it without him, but I would probably recommend you guys to just wait until he EZAs, because Tech LR Jiren will definitely be a good option for this fight, I feel like, because I feel like they're gonna build him to definitely do more damage to avoid getting his stuff reduced to 0. So that's it for this video. That's it for the Supreme Battle Spectacle. Again, a lot of people are kind of complaining about this fight, but I personally just think this is kind of how it is with every hard fight that comes out. Or I guess every fight that comes out that is like definitively the hardest fight in the game. People complain, people say that it's too hard, people say that Dokkan's going down a bad route, or da-da-da-da-da-da. But then, you know, Worldwide's gonna come out in less than a month, and I bet you the Worldwide units are probably gonna destroy this fight. Like, who knows? So I would just, if you cannot beat this fight at the moment, I would not get too angry. It's gonna get easier with new units. Seemingly EZAs also are absolutely insane. So like, it doesn't even have to be new summonable units. Like, new EZAs will probably start helping you with this fight. So just keep your just stay patient, and I promise you will beat this fight eventually. So with that said, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.